Alright guys, we are going to do a follow-up video to my last PSA reveal video where I was sharing that I'm not going to be using PSA anymore for a while at least. And let's kind of go through a few things because I've seen some comments from people who think maybe I am the one at fault here for the grades I got, or maybe I'm the one that packaged incorrectly the box that I sent out to PSA. So let's go through things a little bit closer to show you exactly why I'm upset. Okay, so first off, the inconsistency. Let's go through that. So Catfish Hunter PSA 5, this went in on my own collector's level submission, right? Okay, beautiful card. I'm gonna try to show you everything here. No wrinkles, no creases. Okay, only issue, top to bottom centering obviously off a little bit. Left to right centering is darn near perfect, and the card is cut very slightly not square. Okay, I'm gonna call it a diamond cut, but sharp corner, one very tiny touch that you can only see on certain angles on that corner. Sharp corner, sharp corner, tiny little bit of white. Back is clean, no wrinkles, no creases, no staining, slightly off centered, but the whole thing is there. Nothing's cut off. Okay, that got a 5. You can see 732. Now the next card is Hank Aaron 729. So they were both graded at a very similar time. This one got a 5. Top to bottom centering, tiny bit better on the Hank Aaron. Just a little bit. Left to right, almost the same. Tons of print marks along the top. Fish eyes all over. Horrible corner. Not great, but okay corner. Again, okay, but not great. And a little bit worse than the last two, right? You can see print marks in the white down here. Okay. There's pretty much 0 print marks, print dots, whatever you want to call them on the Catfish Hunter. The back of the Aaron has whatever this is. Looks like somewhat of a stain of some sort. Corners are on the back, not as bad looking as the front, but this is the corner that's bad on the front. Okay. Still, you tell me why those two cards graded at roughly the same time should get the same grade. If they were both the same card, if they were both Hank Aaron's, I would take this card every time. Why is this not getting at least 1 grade higher? Yes, I know the top to bottom centering is not quite as nice. It is slightly diamond shaped cut. But actually, if you look at it, the Hank Aaron one is slightly diamond shaped cut as well. Okay? Why are those the same grade? Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, Carl Erskine, however you say it. I don't know. You can see down here, there's a crease. Okay? Quite obvious to see there's a crease there. That crease was not there when I sent it in. I'll show you footage from a video that I took before I sent it in. This card is otherwise clean, okay? I'm going to cut here. I'm going to splice in, whatever, some footage from the video I took of that card before it went out here. And you'll see shortly how there's no creasing. The card is in good condition. Okay. Next, I'm going to go through and show you Jackie Robinson 1955 card. I'll show you footage, photos before and video before that I took before I sent the card in. Okay, you can see this card looks very nice. Okay, very nice. I'm sure you can see why I think it's at minimum a 6, likely a 7, unlikely but outside shot at an 8. Okay, now we're going to look at how it looked when it came back from PSA. Not only did they falsely say it was trimmed, they creased it. So if they would have said it was trimmed and sent it back to me undamaged, I would have been upset, but I would have sent it to SGC. They would have said, probably, very likely, that it wasn't trimmed because I sized it up with other 1955 cards and it was perfectly sized. No issues with the sizing. No issues with looking like it had been trimmed. Okay, I brought it to multiple dealers in the area and they all agreed that it looked good. So my issue isn't that they called it trimmed, because if they did, I would have been upset, but I would have just sent it to SGC or sent it back to them. Had them reviewed again. Probably would have been graded because it was not trimmed. It was exactly the right size. And it came back with creases. Okay? Those are the two worst egregious cases of creasing that came back, was the Carl Erskine and Jackie Robinson. I can go through some more examples, but those are the two that I was most upset about. You already saw my gripe with the 75 cards that got graded. Here's another one that went out in the bulk submission. Again, the Hank Aaron from 75, the 76 Hank Aaron, Ed Too Tall Jones, Willie Mays. All of those cards I got graded because I got them from my uncle. I just wanted them in slabs. I didn't really care the condition. Now this one, terrible centering, left and right and top to bottom. Terrible corner. Okay corner, but not great. Somewhere in between those first two corners is this one. And terrible corner. Again, why is this getting a 5? And that's a 5. And other cards in my order were getting terrible grades. Ed Too Tall Jones. Pretty nice centering, to be honest. Got a 6. But corner's not great. Corner's worse, not great. Okay corner, but not great. And not a good corner. You can also see right back in here, that looks like it kind of got pinched in something or something, right? Back looks okay, but not great. There's some dimpling right here. Corner bend. I think there was another corner bend somewhere too. Might have been the Aaron. I think the Aaron had a corner bend. Yeah, there's a corner bend. Slight corner bend on the last one. Willie Mays, 1.5, whatever. I don't care about this one. But why are my cards that went in through bulk submission seeming to have better grades than my own submission when they were graded at almost the exact same time, within a couple weeks of each other? So that's where I'm coming from on the grading. Now, to address the person who, at least one person who commented and said, well, how do we know it's not his fault for packaging it incorrectly? Let me just pause the video quick. I'll get a better angle here, and I'm going to package up an order right now for you. I'm going to show you exactly how I package up orders so you can see that they're properly packaged when I send them out, number one. Number two, the Erskine card that got creased is like in the middle of the stack. So if it were improper packaging, the middle of the stack card could have potentially been damaged, but only if the outside cards got damaged. And oh, by the way, the top card was graded an 8. Okay, the card, I believe the card right in front of it was graded an 8. So it's not the packaging, but I'm going to show you anyways how I package up cards, and you can determine what you think. All right, so let's say we're going to send this pack in, this stack of cards in, right? They're all penny sleeved. They're all centered as best I can in the card saver, okay? We're going to pretend all those are going in. They all will be going in soon, but let's say those are going in. We take 2 pieces of cardboard and 2 pieces of cardboard, okay? We put 2 on the bottom. We put 2 on the top. Then, following the PSA official guidelines, we take rubber bands that are loosely banded around, holding the cardboard and cards in place. We take another one to go there, loosely to hold in place, but firm enough to hold them into position. Now, because I want to be extra careful that my cards get there undamaged, I take a somewhat dense foam and I wrap the whole stack in this foam, loosely but tighter than the first rubber bands around to hold that in place. Then we take some thicker, fatter bubble wrap. We roll the whole thing up. Now, some people want to tape that. Don't tape it. Makes it harder for PSA. Do another somewhat tight but relatively loose rubber band so they can get it off. I have some bubble wrap at the bottom of the box here because otherwise it'd be too big. This is a brand new unused box. Again, per PSA requirements or recommendations, you put the whole thing in there. You see it's floating in there. Then you take a little bit more bubble wrap, fill the last little void of space there, close it up, tape it up, okay? Ship it out. That's how my cards go out. They're all in there. You don't hear anything shaking around. They're in there securely protected to a T, following the PSA recommended guideline. They have a video on it on their own YouTube page. You can check it out if you want, but that's actually above and beyond how they require it. It's a little bit extra bubble wrap to protect it. But you use a brand new box, you use penny sleeves, you use card savers, and you use cardboard. I used to use these little flags, but PSA says don't use the flags. So we don't use the flags. We don't use tape. We use rubber bands that are tightly, but not too tightly. They want to be relatively loosely fitting, but tight enough to hold the cards in place. That's the whole step. Now that you've seen that, you've seen examples on why I'm frustrated. I'll let you guys be the judge, but I still stand by my desire to not send cards to PSA for the foreseeable future. Maybe I'll give them another shot at some point, but that next stack that you just watched me pack up, it's not done being built, so I'm going to take it apart and send it in later. But once I get all the cards ready to go for that, that'll be going to SGC. And, you know, SGC looks awfully nice. These slabs look awfully nice. So, you know what? I'm good with it. Let me know what you guys think. Not sure if anyone's still here, but if you are and you found this helpful or enjoyed it, please like and please subscribe if you haven't already. I know most people that are watching my video are not subscribed. And until next time, God bless.